Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat star Bam Adebayo recalls intimidating first meeting with Godfather Pat Riley. The Miami Heat franchise is shrouded in aura, and it all starts with Pat Riley, the franchise's president of basketball operations. Riley exudes greatness, and he somehow finds a way to pull a rabbit out of his hat in his attempt to keep the Heat competitive. With Riley's cachet comes an intimidating aura, which is what Bam Adebayo felt when he met with the esteemed front office executive in the lead-up to the 2017 NBA Draft. Speaking on Point Game with John Wall and CJ Toledano, the Heat star big man recounted what his first meeting with Riley was and how the nine-time champion lives and breathes his Godfather moniker with how he set the atmosphere in his office. Everybody's talking about like Godfather Pat Riley. So first thing I'm thinking about is like damn like what's finna happen. I walk in my pre-draft, I'm finna talk to him. It's the Godfather S*****, the one lamp, and all the other lights are off. This man probably got like 8 windows in his office, all the blinds are closed. Like one lamp, and we're going to sit here and have a conversation like this. You walk in like, damn he really is on this S*****, Adebayo said. I was nervous. Despite his nervousness, the conversation clearly went favorably in Bam Adebayo's favor, as the Heat would draft him with the 14th overall pick of the 2017 NBA Draft not too long after. But had the conversation gone sideways, Adebayo would have still endeared himself to Pat Riley thanks to his defensive versatility and embodiment of Heat culture on the hardwood. It wasn't because I was the most skilled, it was more so I had that dog in me, Adebayo added. During my pre-draft workout, they were trying to see how versatile I am. So like, can you guard 1 to 5? So my pre-draft workout it was a big, me, a point guard, and a shooting guard, so we'll play 2-on-2 and then they'll just drop the ball and be like, alright 6 seconds on the clock, bam, guard him. It took a while for Bam Adebayo to emerge as the Heat's starting center, as he would primarily come off the bench in the first 2 seasons of his career. But since the 2019-20 season, Adebayo's body of work speaks for itself, as the Heat would not have reached the NBA Finals in 2020 and 2023 and made another deep run if it wasn't for his rigidity as the spine of his team's defense. Bam Adebayo has been a steady force for the Heat over the past 5 seasons. Not only is he averaging 18.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists a night since the 2019-20 season, he also does plenty of things for his team that don't show up on the box score. His defensive versatility allows the Heat to deploy different kinds of coverages, as he is strong enough to deal with post-up routes as well as quick enough to handle himself on the perimeter against rapid guards. Adebayo has finished in the top 5 of the Defensive Player of the Year voting in each of the past 5 seasons, and he has made an all-defensive team as well in every season since emerging as the Heat's full-time starting center. In fact, this season, he made the all-defensive first team for the first time in his career. The 26-year-old has been consistent for the Heat, and it's hard to ask him to do much more. But Pat Riley sees something more in Adebayo and hopes that he could further expand his game the same way Magic Johnson did in 1986 when he decided to improve his three-point shot to become a much more dangerous player. Predicting when every member of the Heat's starting 5 might leave. Since Jimmy Butler arrived in the summer of 2019, the Miami Heat have been operating with essentially the same core over the last 5 years. Now that core is being threatened by a disappointing season, extension talks, player aging and a ballooning payroll. Teams rarely stay together as long as this one has, so it's fair to wonder when the inevitable breakup will happen. Those things you're doing to try to win, if they aren't working, must change, Pat Riley said at his end-of-season news conference. So that doesn't mean that change is a sinister word here. There's a lot of elements that go into a culture: the erosion of a culture, being together for 30 years, generational change, problems in the NBA that are league-wide when it comes to health, when it comes to players missing games and availability. That's definitely a deep dive for us this summer into player availability. So we have to change some things. But we surely aren't going to rip anything apart here. While nobody expects a full teardown after Miami made the playoffs for the 5th straight season, changes are needed after a second consecutive year in the play-in tournament. Let's take a look at how much longer this core can stay together by predicting when every member of the Heat's starting five might leave. Contract: 2 years remaining at $24.9 million next season and $26.6 million in 2025-26. Rozier joined the Heat before this year's trade deadline and played 31 games for the Heat before a neck injury sidelined him for the end of the regular season and playoffs. The Heat and medical professionals are confident that Rozier will make a full recovery, but rival teams will be cautious about trading for Rozier this summer before seeing him in action again. In his limited time, Rozier added much-needed ball handling and shot-making to Miami's offense, but the Heat can still use an upgrade in their backcourt. Even if the Heat manage to swing a deal for an all-star guard, Rozier might still be part of the roster until he proves he's healthy. Maybe that only takes a few months. And if Rozier shows that he's still a high-level scorer, there might be plenty of teams looking for his scoring help around next season's trade deadline. Likewise, the Heat could benefit by redistributing his salary for depth at other positions. A Rockets trade offer for Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat wouldn't refuse. The Miami Heat's 2024 offseason has been anything but smooth, especially with the increasing tension between Jimmy Butler and the team's front office, led by Pat Riley. After a disappointing playoff exit, where Butler missed the first-round series against the Boston Celtics due to an MCL sprain, Riley's pointed comments about player availability have fueled speculation about Butler's future with the team. Butler, known for his intense competitiveness, has clashed with the Heat's organizational culture. Riley emphasized the importance of having star players available every night, hinting at Butler's missed games due to injury and personal reasons. This has led to a palpable friction, especially as Butler enters a critical phase in his career, eligible for a 2-year max contract extension worth around $113 million. Riley's reluctance to commit to such an extension without guarantees of consistent availability has only added to the tension. Enter the Houston Rockets. With a young roster and a desire to accelerate their rebuild, the Rockets might see this as an opportunity to acquire a proven star. While there's no concrete evidence that the Rockets are actively pursuing Butler, the scenario isn't far-fetched. Houston has the assets and flexibility to make a compelling offer that could entice Miami to part ways with their star player. In this hypothetical trade scenario, the Miami Heat would receive a substantial haul in exchange for their star player, Jimmy Butler. The package from the Houston Rockets includes defensive stalwart Dillon Brooks, promising young talents Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore, and the coveted number 3 overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. For the Rockets, this move represents a bold step towards immediate contention. Despite having a high draft pick and a core of talented young players, Houston lacks a veteran leader who can elevate the team to the next level. Jimmy Butler, with his playoff experience and proven track record as a clutch performer, could be the perfect addition to guide the Rockets' young roster. This trade could help Houston accelerate their rebuilding process and aim for a deeper playoff run in the coming seasons. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.